Well, this is video number 4 for chapter 5 or 19, depending on which one you're using. So now we're still talking about contribution margin, but now we're going to look at it as a unit contribution margin. What is my CM per unit? And this is most widely used, more so than the total that we've just seen on the previous video. So it's sales price per unit minus variable cost per unit. So if you remember, I was selling them at 20 bucks, my variable cost was 12, so my unit CM is $8 each. Why do you need to know this? You need to know this because if you want to increase or decrease your volume or in units, it can help you understand how the effect is what the effect is on your operating income. So the change in income from operations is going to be the change in sales unit times my unit contribution margin. So now assume that I want to increase by 15,000 units. So I'm doing 50,000. Now I want to go to 65,000. Here's what's going to happen. So I'm going to have an additional 120,000 in income by actually making this change. If I didn't know this unit CM, I would not know how it's going to affect my profit or my operating income. Here's my little chart. So remember before we did this was 100,000, but now it was increased by 120,000. Okay, because I went from 50,000 units to 65,000. I added 15, but look, I have to calculate these over here too at the 65. Okay. We are now moving to my favorite slide, which is called break-even point. Now, in case you don't know it, break-even point always equals 0. 0 is neither a loss nor a profit. So break-even point is at the point when the company's revenues and expenses are equal. So break-even is always 0. And you need to know where your break even is so that you'll know when you're able to start making a profit. So the break even point in sales units, this is my formula, you need to have this down, is fixed costs divided by unit CM. Fixed costs divided by unit CM. So here's an example. When my revenues equal my cost, that's break even. Break even is always 0. Okay, so here we go. Here's my information for Baker Company. My fixed cost is 90,000. Notice how they always have the fixed cost as a full dollar amount. This is the way you're going to see it. My unit selling price minus my unit variable cost equals my unit CM. So I'm going to take these two numbers, and 9,000 units is my break-even point. What that means is I need to sell 9,000 units to make 0 income. 9,000 times 25 minus 9,000 times 15 equals 90,000 minus my fixed cost of 90,000. So we can't live off making 0. This is why break-even point is so critical. So many businesses today have no idea what their break-even point is. So once you know that you have to sell 9,000 units, make and sell, by the way, we always assume that we're going to sell whatever we make. This is not true in real life. Once I know that 9,000 is my break even, now I can start planning to go over that so I can really control my income or my profit. Okay, so break even point is done in 2 ways. It's either in sales dollars or units like we just looked at. The previous slide was units. Here's the break even in sales dollars. Fixed cost divided by contribution margin ratio. And this is how, don't forget, this is how you do your contribution margin ratio. So you just want to have a little index cards with all these little formulas on it. That will really help you when you're doing the homework and when you're testing. So to sum up, my break-even point, my contribution margin is 40%. And so here we go, $90,000 divided by 40% equals 225,000. So this is my sales dollars. So I've got to sell $225,000. Matter of fact, let's go back a few slides. Here we go. See my sales, $225,000 to equal 0. Okay, so this covers Unit CM and break-even point on video number 4. We'll continue on the next video.